Before I ask you the next question, Steve, what notes were you making over there, mate?
I'm just making notes, mate. Don't worry about that.
All right, cool. When it comes to Mikel Arteta, personally...
No, you can't answer that. We'll ask you.
What?
We'll ask you. I know where you're going with this question. Arteta don't win the league this year. What are you saying happens to him?
I've said it before. I've said it before on other shows. I think...
It's time to go!
Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Rio Presents, brought to you by our trusted partners Crafted. Today we're going to take a bit of time. Why are you laughing?
Because Steve's laughing. I can see him laughing through the camera.
Yeah, you know we're going to be talking about today, guys. It's Arsenal. That's why it's all laughter in the studio. I'm not laughing. I'm a serious guy about anything we talk about. But today we're going to look at Arsenal, man. Mr. Joel, our resident Arsenal delusional fan. What are their best moments? Areas they need to improve, discuss their best performers, and we're going to look ahead to next year. Joel, how's the season been for you so far as an Arsenal fan?
I think overall it's good. I think it's definitely positive. Are we in the title race? Of course we are. We're very comfortable in our position at the moment. I just think it's the fear, isn't it? Is because we've been here before in the last 3 years where things look like they're coasting a little bit. No, seriously, in the last 3 years, during this time in the season, we've been very good.
Well, this time of the year, the last couple of years, you've normally either had a cigar, a cake, or a pair of sunglasses on. What's happened?
I've changed.
And a mini trophy, Rio. Don't forget the trophy.
And a mini trophy.
I've changed. Maturity, life experiences teach you that.
You had sunglasses on earlier this year.
Yeah, but it was the lighting in the room, that one. But
All right.
So out of 10, what are you giving Arsenal right now at this stage of the season?
I think 8.5 is fair. 8.5. I'm not being delusional.
Based on what? Can you tell me based on?
Well, I think we had tough games in the beginning of the season. We lost against Liverpool, which again can't really do much about it. We managed a result against City. I think besides that, we've done what we were supposed to do. We've had plenty of injuries, Rio. Like, injuries have absolutely killed us, and we've still somehow managed throughout the majority of it to come. Don't forget, Liverpool were leading in the beginning, and we've surpassed them, which some might say is not really hard to do this season. I know, but we've done well.
I'll give you an 8.
8?
Yeah.
Why not a 0.5? What do we have to do to get 8.5?
No, I just
or a
think
9.
I think you had a nice gap, and you've allowed a couple of teams to get closer to you again.
Yeah.
I think you guys have got to smell blood. You've been close enough the last couple of seasons and been pipped. I think you've got to smell blood at the earliest point and just go for it. And it's easier said than done. But I think you've got enough experience without winning, but have got close enough to understand what you now need to do. So I think that the manager needs to get that across to the players.
Do you think we need to beat Steve? You're a bit quiet over there. Do you think we need to beat?
Making notes, mate. Don't worry about me.
You're making notes. You're an idiot. Do you think we need to beat the bigger teams like more often? So, for example, we didn't beat Chelsea. We haven't beaten City. We haven't beaten Liverpool.
I just think you just one of those go into that. We just don't lose these games. I think sometimes, especially if we were looking for confidence in our teams, it was like these games against the big teams who you're fighting for the championship with, you just don't get beaten. Home or away. Home, you got a bit more. We need to beat them here.
Yeah.
Especially away, we just don't get beat.
Yeah.
But you've got to bully the teams outside that. You've got to bully the teams near the bottom end or middle part of the table and just be relentless against those teams.
Yeah.
And just try and be a little bit more tighter against the teams in and around you, because that's where you've always let yourself down. You know what I mean? Against the teams that you should win against, especially at the critical points of the season, you guys haven't been able to get them jobs done, and that's an area where you've got to change.
Yeah. Before I ask you the next question, Steve, what notes were you making over there, mate?
I'm just making notes, mate. Don't worry about that.
All right, cool. When it comes to Mikel Arteta, personally...
No, you can't answer that. We'll ask you.
What?
We'll ask you. I know where you're going with this question. Arteta don't win the league this year. What are you saying happens to him?
I've said it before. I've said it before on other shows. I think...
It's time to go!
I generally think you go with what the club wants. I think
leave it out, Joel.
If the club's seeing fit to stay on, then I'm backing that.
Does Mikel Arteta watch the show? He must watch the show. Wow.
You never know, mate. You're doing all these mad Rio meets, bro. I'm surprised you
ain't
had
another
one yet.
resident Arsenal fan who travels everywhere else, makes the show happen. Tom,
Tom,
What are you saying?
What are you saying?
Arteta, you don't win the league this year. What are you saying?
Still in, of
Still
course.
in, of course, he said.
Yeah, you see, I'm a supporter of
What does
the
he
club-
need? If he doesn't win the title this year, what does he need? Does he need time? Does he need money? Because he's had
He
plenty
needs 500
of
mil.
500? Double it, Rio. Let's start there. Because he's had $1 billion with a B.
No, at least Tom was a little bit more assertive and he went, he stays in. Your shout, well, what have they come this time?
No,
8 years and $1 billion. You tell me,
the
if he
hell?
hasn't delivered it now, when will he?
We're on a project where, yeah, he hasn't got it over the line yet, but you can see the fruits. You can see the fruits of us in the
So what
Champions
does he
League.
need? Does he need
Look at
more
us.
time or more money?
We're on top of everything. What
Other than the league?
What do you mean that we're
What
on
are you
top,
on top
of the league?
of?
We're on top of the league right now and the Champions League.
No, it's not where you start, mate. It's where you finish.
Yeah.
And again,
Yeah,
I-
you
Who
need to
cares
be
being
top
top
one
of the
day of the
league
year.
before, but around Christmas or top of the league in Champions League?
But
group
it's
stages?
where we are. I didn't say.
Every year
I
for
didn't
the last
say.
20.
But I didn't say that's a guarantee that now we're winning the league. It's just that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. That's why I gave it an 8.5. I think an 8 is a bit, it's a bit light.
0.5 off, sorry. Miles off it again.
Yeah.
But I would, if they didn't win the league this year, I'd still keep Arteta 100%.
You know what?
I
I
mean,
agree
I
with
would
you,
just
Rio.
for the bants, in all honesty.
No, but where he's taken you, Arteta's been there, and all of a sudden you've got ultras.
Don't give
They're
it.
trying to be
You
ultras.
lose a
They're
point for
trying
that
to
song,
be. They wear
honestly.
the black gear. They're
Yeah,
great
yeah,
at
yeah.
that.
But also, we got a North London Forever song as well. That's like all of a sudden the atmosphere's just shot up. Like
Atmosphere.
Yeah.
Where?
at Arsenal. Come on.
Oh, the Emirates.
Yeah.
Atmosphere.
Okay. Atmosphere
Every
and
time there's an
Emirates have never
atmosphere,
been in the
you run
same.
out of Sauvignon Blanc. Stop
same
it, you
continent.
dickhead.
Nah. I reckon there's a massive improvement. He's done well. Like I think he's done really well. But
Massive
he does have to,
improvement,
but
yeah,
let's, but
because
let's
it was
not, but
the
let's
worst
not-
atmosphere in
look, as
football.
much as I'm giving it the whole, what the club says, he has to be winning a major trophy this season. Whether it's the Champions League, whether it's the Premier League, he knows it. You don't need to ask me. Obviously, I'm a resident of the show, so that's why you're asking me. But he needs to win a major trophy, not
if
the
he
FA
doesn't?
Cup, not the. I would love to see an FA Cup or a League Cup as a bonus, but he has to win
And if he
something major,
doesn't?
Rio. And if he doesn't, then the reality is there's conversations that need to be had. I don't think they will sack him though, because he does so well for the team in general from a business perspective. We're a very well-run club. If you're looking at the whole, the ethos of the owners in general, mate, Arsenal are fantastic.
What is it?
to have
Arsenal accounts or Arsenal football team, man? Come on.
But where we
what
are,
the football teams exist to do.
but where we are in today's football, you have to take in consideration both.
Right.
Your
All
runners
right.
up.
So what we're doing? We're doing a lap of honour when the end of year accounts come out, are we? Because I thought football was about
man.
winning trophies, and he don't win trophies.
So okay, someone else that could win you a trophy and play a big pivotal part in that is Declan Rice. How important is he to you guys?
Massive, Rio. Like he really is at the moment. Obviously, for me, Saka's your match winner, right? But I think that could...
Steve.
Why? What?
Steve's a madman, Oh, mate.
Saka's your. Even though his stats ain't been the way they should be this season, I think Saka steps up big games. He makes the right decisions, whether it be an assist or goal. He's going to deliver. He's done it before. I think Declan Rice, though, he's the engine man. Shout out to Zubimendi because Zubimendi gives him the freedom to be able to do all of this. But Declan Rice he's coming in a zone now where it's not. By the end of his career, it won't be crazy to say he's had a better career than Gerrard or he's had a. Do you see what I mean? And that says a lot considering the fact that Steven Gerrard's my favorite. Like he really is my favorite. But it's Declan's at a team where he's got a chance where he could end up with more trophies and internationally as well. So, man,
Wait. I agree with a lot of what you said there, but you're saying he's got a chance to end up with a lot more trophies.
then Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, but he's not won a trophy at Arsenal yet.
I know, but
Arsenal are not renowned for winning trophies. That's my
no,
point.
but okay, let's break it
Forget
down because
Declan Rice.
I know you guys, because where we are with Arsenal within the last 2-3 years,
Yeah.
when he played for Liverpool, they weren't even competing like that in the league. Probably that one season with Suarez, but that's it really. They weren't consistent title challengers. They would hope they were title challengers.
But they won 4
but they
trophies
weren't.
in 1 year.
2009, they were title
Right,
challengers.
Cool, that was a great year. And I'm not saying, but that's why I said, if Arsenal carry on doing doing well in the Champions League, doing well in the league, the way they're doing, pushing, we could be sitting here saying by the end of his career, oh, you know what, he's actually won more than Stevie G.
So
Because
Steven
of
Gerrard
what
won
Arsenal
5 trophies. A couple of FA Cups, couple of League Cups.
Champions
Actually, it was
League.
a bit more
And
than that.
it's not that hard.
It's more than
About 7.
5.
About 7 trophies,
But
yeah.
it's
So
not impossible
Champions
to
League,
obtain.
UEFA Cup, couple of FA Cups, 3 League Cups.
But that's
Declan
not hard
Rice
to
is
obtain.
27 next month, right? You're talking utter shy if you think he's going to win more than Steven
he's
Gerrard.
He's
He might
27
win a
now.
title.
He's 27. If he wins 1 a year, he'll be 34.
Right, but it's not just that, because you got to remember, look at Iniesta and Xavi. How long were they getting onto them
Mate,
for
you're
not winning
talking
a
about
trophy?
Barcelona, one
I
of the
know, but
greatest
what I'm
football
saying is
teams
things
ever
can change.
assembled.
Because you look now, all of a sudden, Marcus Rashford's a La Liga winner. What I'm saying is things can change quickly as well.
But he's got to win 7 trophies in 7
I
years.
don't
I like
think it's
how
that hard,
you went
you
with
know.
Steven Gerrard as well and didn't even bother attempting such greats of the game as Michael Carrick because
No, but-
he's getting nowhere near
But that's
that
them.
trophy haul.
Listen, as much as I
You
like
ain't got
to
enough
banter,
brasso to look at Michael Carrick's trophy haul.
you lot's fingers crazy. Like you lot's fingers on another level. Like when I look at Rio stats, I look at Roy Keane's, I'm not even going to mention Scholes or Giggsy, yeah.
Another planet.
It's
No, don't look at it. Don't even look at it.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I think Declan is in a position now where he's probably arguably one of the most influential players in the Premier League.
Yeah.
They've got Haaland, who's like obviously the most influential player in the Premier League right now. I think I'd go as far to say as I think Declan's probably number 2 in that, the most influential player in the Premier League. I think when he's driving, when he's on it, Arsenal look a completely different team.
Who's number 1, Haaland?
Haaland's number 1. Yeah, Haaland changes everything for Man City, and I think that if he's not there, they look a completely different team. I think if Rice comes out of the team, Arsenal aren't going to be the same driving force
agree.
and have them moments in games where you can just
Agree.
grab the game and just drive up the pitch 30, 40 yards.
Yeah.
And he does so many different things. I see a lot of people try and get onto Declan because he might not look as pretty as a Vitinha or a Pedri. He's a different player.
Yeah.
He's a totally different player. Brings something different to the party. So I don't like it when you say, oh, but he's not he's a different player to that type of player. Don't expect that. Like Rodri's not a Pedri or
Busquets.
a Busquets or whatever.
Yeah.
But Declan, I just think he's got so many ways he influences a game, whether it's through his personality, whether it's through his sheer determination and his drive with the ball. He can pass the ball over various distances. He can run through and out of a press. And he's started adding goals to the game as well. Now he's playing in a more of an advanced position.
And probably the most important thing, he's always available.
Yeah, that's a big
He's
point
always
as well.
available. And yeah, so for me, if you got an injury, obviously I don't want any of them to get injured, but I think it's more damaging to have Declan Rice injured rather than Saka, because you got Madueke that can back up. We got backup in those positions. Who's backing up? Like what? Winieri's not been playing. Like
I'll tell you one thing. If he did go out though, I'd love to see Odegaard and Eze together.
I just think
I would, in the games that you lot should win, I'm telling you, I'd play Odegaard and Eze together in 8/10 positions, and I think you would hurt teams. You would hurt, but that is being a bit more loose, maybe being a bit more open and playing with a bit more risk. That's not Arteta.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't see that happening anytime soon, if I'm honest with you.
That's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've spoken about Rice here. Arteta on Rice himself, he said his position has evolved and he's becoming a total player. A total player has to be able to do as many things as possible, and he has the capacity to do that.
Yeah, I think he's top, and he's like one of the only players you look at this generation. You go, not the only, but one of very few players this generation. You go, he could, I think, transfer to our generation.
Yeah,
and compete.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he could compete. I think if he's in the right team, he'd be able to compete. I'm not saying whether he'd be better than this player or that player. I'm just saying I don't think he struggles in our generation.
No, he works at Liverpool, in my opinion.
He's got the tools. I think he's got the capability to do that.
Yeah, he does.
Steve?
I agree. I don't know if he's Arsenal's most influential person, though. I definitely agree that. I mean, he already has more assists than Saka anyway. So
no, who is then?
Gabriel's up there.
I think he's your most influential person.
On the pitch.
But might as well be. The camera's on him more than it is on your players.
Steve, you just threw me off. I went, yeah, man, maybe Gabriel or some of that. He went to set piece coach. That's just too much.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Nah.
Just.
They're doing your best Stoke tribute act this season.
So go on.
What is it, 30 something goals? Like, is it only them? Is it only like Prime Stoke that have got more set play goals than yours? That's why he's the most influential person in your team. Nicholas Jovar, stand up, son.
Do you reckon he'll be? Steve don't even really like England, innit? So, like, do you reckon he's Tuchel's most important player outside of Declan Rice, outside of Harry Kane?
Maybe. I think he'll be massively important, but I also think that you can get what he does out of Wharton and Elliott, to be honest.
I actually think he's the first name on the sheet
Ahead of Harry Kane?
Outside of Harry Kane.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you'd miss him as much as Harry Kane. I think you could. There's so many options in the number 6 that you could fill in easily.
Ahead of Saka?
Yeah, I think from all I said before about personality, character, understanding moments, I just think he's the one player outside Harry Kane. I think the manager, I can't go into it without him.
I think he's a big profile, and I think he's at that stage now where other international players are looking at the team sheet and going, "Yeah,
he's got respect.
He's got respect."
He went off against Italy. Remember when he went off against Italy in the final in the Euros?
Yeah.
I've spoken to players from the Italy camp since, and they were like, "I can't believe he's coming off."
Name
drop. Chiellini. We couldn't believe he was coming off.
Wow.
Almost going, "Thank you. Well done. Cheers. Thank you. Just give it to us."
I saw a couple players as well in Qatar, right? And they were raving about him, man, saying, "Yeah, Rice, he's the truth. He's the one."
I don't want to keep going back to it, but this is why I was so adamant at the time. Man United had to sign Declan Rice because I saw this. I just saw, and I'm talking beyond the pitch, setting standards, a day-to-day standards, a leader, a player who's going to demand from others, an authoritative voice and presence. Like all of these things is what Man United needed and need. He had it in one body.
Yeah, he's always talking. You see him always putting everyone in their position. Like he's very like, and I don't mean busy in a bad way, busy, but he is. Everybody's on their toes.
I can't talk highly enough about him as a player, but also as an individual that you'd want in your team.
I have to give a massive shout out to Anton as well, because when we signed him, it was that classic line, like when Fergie signed Van Persie and he goes, "He's better than what you think he is." And Anton literally told me that. I thought, yeah, whatever. But honestly, way better than what I thought he was. But looking ahead, Rio, what would you like to see us offer a bit more in the second half of the season?
I'd like to see you be a bit more like I said about playing Eze and Odegaard at times, be a bit more loose, a little bit more maverick. Now, that's in football general, I think, anyway. But I think for Arsenal specifically, they've got to win the biggest trophies, to take hold of the biggest moments in football. You have to play with an element of risk. Everything can't be just like, it's got to be like a Sabutio table. That piece has got to be there. That piece. Now, to a certain point, yes. And that gets you to that point of like, right, we're at the table now. We're with the big boys. The difference then is who's going to be able to take a risk in a moment and unlock something that is really, really, really methodical and structured. That's the Odegaards. That's the Ezes. That's the Sakas. Like, let these guys free a little bit. Like, I don't know. It's just in open play. And then if they can be a bit more like that, Arsenal, I think, just become a total different proposition, and they bury teams.
Because you can see it with City, innit, guys? Like, Cherky's becoming that guy, man. Like, his connection with Foden, like, obviously outside of Haaland just banging in all the goals and that, like, you can see there's that maverickness about him at the very least. When you go back to United during your time, who were those mavericks? I mean, obviously, I can pick Cristiano, but I mean, besides him.
No, I see it. There's loads. I mean, Nani. Nani's doing kick-ups against Arsenal, remember? Back towards his own goal. Kneeing it, kicking it, getting chased by a defender. Just doing little things, and that gives him the confidence further up the pitch to just be a bit more free in a loose spirit. Antonio Valencia, I'm not talking that you don't have to be a flair player. You've got to have the intention to get up against people, beat them, and create an opening, get that 1v1 done, and all of a sudden, right, now I'm looking in the box and there's 2 or 3 or 4 runners in there. What am I going to do? Happy days. Like just those moments where it's just the game's slow, the game's really structured, and everyone's just in their positions, and it's a bit boring. And all of a sudden, that guy's allowed to just go and be that guy and do it. Freeness. I'd love to see Arsenal be a little bit more like that.
If I was to ask you who's impressed you the most, what would you say?
I'm with Steve. The set piece coach has been phenomenal. He has, and and that isn't a detrimental comment. Set pieces are a valuable part of the game. I think people need to understand. I think Steve's taken the mick, but there is an element of, you know what, he respects it. And I think you have to respect set pieces because it is a part of the game where you can get goals. But he's been great. But I just think Gabriel's top.
But Gabriel. Like I'll give you a rundown. You got the likes of Gabriel, Zubimendi. I think is unspoken of. I think Madueke. He's probably been like more of a surprise, though, underrated, but still been good.
Can I just say something? Where I think Arteta can improve as well. Odegaard was injured. You got Ethan Nwaneri there, sitting there.
Gosh.
Young kid. Everyone's going like, could be this, could be that. Don't get involved. You've got Lewis Skelly, after an amazing breakout season, can't get a kick.
Yeah.
No games. Even at the weekend, a couple of weeks ago, just gone. You could play him. Ben White played 3 games in a week. He ends up getting injured. Just put him in. Yeah. Then you got arguably one of the most precocious talents in Europe right now, Max Dowman. You're going, surely there's a way in this team to get glimpses of this kid. This kid's another one who's going to give you that a little bit of uncertainty when you're talking about other teams preparing for you, trying to be structured, trying to cancel out all of your pluses. Max Dowman brings that element of uncertainty. Who's this kid? Where's he come from?
Yeah.
These are moments that can change your season. That's where Sir Alex was a joke. People like Makeda.
Yeah.
Federico Makeda comes on the pitch against Villa. No one knows who he is, produces a moment, and we go and win the league.
Yeah. Pivotal.
Like these are maverick moments. These are moments just smelling the time to do it.
Yeah.
I think your manager, if he can add that to his game, and listen, Fergie had been experienced and had run that course many times, so he knew. But he was always a chancer in those moments. I remember we played against Bayern Munich, quarterfinal of the cup. We got beat in the end, right? So it's a bit of a mad one to bring. But we started the game against Bayern Munich, and he started Darren Gibson in midfield. And I'm telling you, the whole change room started doing that.
Yeah.
What? How's that happened?
Against Bayern as well.
Bayern Munich at home, got to win the game. I think it was 3 or 4 minutes in, Gibbo scores. And then you look at each other going, right,
that's
fair play to the gaffer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He knows what he's doing. But there's just moments where a manager feels that, and I think Arteta, if he can bring that to his game and to unlock opponents and just to bring something different to the table, I think it'll be a really positive outcome for him.
I reckon. I remember when I think it was pre-season, but when Tom Cleverley started being introduced into the fold, like he knew when to bring in those players. I mean, when I look at the Ranieri situation, without knowing what's happening day in day out, it actually upsets me, man, because I saw Ethan do really well last season. Like, he filled in on the right-hand side sometimes when Saka was injured. He did really well when he played in the middle, where he's, deputy for Odegaard. Like, I'm really happy that we got the likes of Eze at the club. It bolsters our squad. But I didn't want him to suffer because of it, if that makes sense. And if you're looking at the progress, we talk about all these amazing young players, Dowman, etc. But it's like, Ethan is there, man. He needs to play games. It's not as bad as the Kobe Mainu situation, because obviously Arsenal, we've done well so far this season. But again, there's similarities in that, man. I look at that and I go, these young players need to play, man. Like, it's. I'm not saying that he hasn't played any, but for me, that one's a little bit disappointing. I look at the Mars Lewis Skelly situation, and maybe this is the role he was supposed to have last season. And last season was, we got a bit excited because he had a breakout season. But
Calafiori's done well.
He has, exactly.
Well, by the way.
Yeah.
So he's justified in making that decision.
Yeah.
But you know what as well? Look at the history of Arsenal. Arsene Wenger. Anelka, kid.
Ashley Cole.
Thierry Henry, kid. Ashley Cole, kid. Do you know what I mean? The big one, probably one of the, arguably the biggest one as well, because he came in so young and played immediately. Cesc Fabregas.
Yeah.
A kid. You know what I mean? Like, giving those kids the exposure, the opportunity. I know times are different, but Arsenal, the bedrock of Arsenal's success back then was based on young players coming in
Yeah.
around the experience that they had of the old guard. But even before that, you look at like the likes of like Paul Davies coming from the academy. Do you know what I mean? You've got young players, David Rocastle. Do you know what I mean? Built on those young players. That's the history of Arsenal. And Arteta, I think it's a great time for him to be able to do that.
Yeah. All right, Rio. Hit me with the predictions, man.
All right. Top scorer for Arsenal, Rio and Joel.
Why is he smiling? That's a tough one, though, you know?
Gabriel.
Mikel Marino.
It might be Marino, you know, the way he's scoring.
I'm telling you. He's the best finisher at our club.
Oh, I don't know, you know. Eze.
Nah. Top goal scorer?
Yeah.
No.
But it's not going to be Gyökeres, is it?
It'll be Marino, man.
I don't think he'll play enough.
Jesus might do it now. He's back.
I don't know.
All right. Arsenal finishing league position.
First.
It better be first. Oh, I'm going to absolutely cook you if it ain't.
I said first before a ball was kicked. If I was a betting man right now, I'm going City.
No. What, you've switched?
But I want Arsenal to win it.
No, so you switched?
Yeah, I think the way things are going now, City might just win it now.
Yeah. Listen, you lot are fine while there's no pressure on. The second anybody leans on you, you crumble like a cheap snakes and ladders board, man. Honestly.
Player of the season.
Declan Rice.
Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rice.
Position in the Champions League. I think you got a good chance to win it. I think you're a good team.
I think we either win it, but at the very, very least, it's semis again.
I'm going to go semis.
At the very least.
Probably semis, yeah. Probably semis.
Yeah. So that means you think we're a good team?
No, it just means that football's in an all-time low at the moment.
Well,
and you still won't win anything.
Okay, cool. Well, that weren't as bad as I thought it was going to be honest with you. I thought it was a measured
I'm not
episode.
an Arsenal hater, for contrary to what people might believe out there. Steve is. I'm not an Arsenal hater.
No, I wonder sometimes. Yeah, no, you are honestly,
you know
and it's not just
right?
me. It's people on socials. They
But
look at you.
based on what though?
Arsenal fans, yeah, we look at you, Rio, and we just think, oh my gosh, this guy.
Why though?
He
Why?
hates us. It's just the pokes over the years.
The
Like
only thing I've ever said really where it got you going, and it was still I stood by what I said, was with Saka
and Foden.
and Foden. That's it. And it wasn't even a bad shout about Saka. It's just all I said is he's not yet world class, but I think he will be.
But he well,
At the time.
yeah, you just don't come across as if you really support us. You take shots, yeah, and then you go, but I want Arsenal to win.
But I do.
It's just like
Do you know
I
what
don't
it is,
know.
right?
God,
We all should want you to win. You've got the evil empire in Manchester City, which nobody should want to win anything, but they ain't got any fans, so it don't really make a hell of a lot of noise. You've got Liverpool, who, if you was raised right, you never want to see win anything anyway. So you lot should be the default choice, right? But your fan base is so insufferable and deluded that no one can stomach you even winning a throw-in because the levels that you guys go to is off the charts. Like, I can't even... There was someone tweeted something the other day and he goes, you don't have to go looking for stuff with Arsenal fans because there's always a tweet. There's always a tweet. There's always someone saying something utterly bonkers. And that's why we can't stomach you guys winning it, because you guys don't win anything and you think you're the greatest. Can you imagine if you actually won something?
it's going to be.
Do you know what I think there is? The only thing I'd say about Arsenal fans, there's an entitlement
I knew you was going to say.
with Arsenal fans that I just don't understand where it comes from. We should beat it. What do you mean?
It's just, but we can say the same thing about Man United.
Why?
Like-
Only because we've got a history of winning.
Yeah, but if you look at the last, they ain't really won properly. Like I'm talking like the league or Champions League since
If
you were
Liverpool started saying in a couple of years, like they were for 30 years, we should be competing. I get why. They're used to winning, that football club. They're used to beating teams and winning big European competitions. Competing at the top table. Arsenal, they've been around it, they've sniffed about, but they've not really gone and convinced anybody that that's them.
Where are you, realistically? You ain't as big as Chelsea. You ain't as big as City. You ain't as big as United or Liverpool. I mean, Villa have got a shout to be ahead of you. They got a European Cup. You ain't got one of those.
They've got
Like,
2.
realistically, you're 5th or 6th best, biggest team in England at best, but you walk around like you sit next to us in Liverpool. You ain't on our table. Over there.
Right.
You sit with
table, you know the
Blackburn
table with the
and
kids.
Leicester.
You go out for like Nando's with your family and that, and you got there's a few extra kids, and you go, you guys sit over there on that one. Is that where they are? You just sit with the crayons.
Don't look at me over
there.
here. Don't look at me.
That's a liberty.
Don't look at me. You
That's
sit
out
over
of
there.
order, you know.
That's where you lot belong.
You're being modest. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you very much for watching us. 2025 has been an amazing calendar year.
Come on, Arsenal.
We hope to bring you more big interviews, more great episodes, more great international journeys, Rio.
And more realism from you.
I don't know about that. But thank you very much for watching. Joel Bayer, Stephen Howson, Rio Ferdinand, signing out. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all that jazz. Peace.